Good morning, grade 11. So for the continuation of the review of related literature, we have another topic to be discussed. So learning from others and review the literature. So what do we mean by learning from others? Okay, so the RRL, which is the Review of Related Literature, as the second chapter of a research paper, develops your understanding of the literature in a field of study. So, in RRL, we have 4 components. So, ano-ano po iyon? First is the foreign literature, foreign studies. The third one is the local literature and then the local studies. So when we say foreign literature or the foreign studies, ito po ay from another country. Ibig sabihin, yung mga author nito is from another places in the world. So when we say local naman, of course, ang mga author is it belongs here in our places, which is the Philippines. So, yun yung tinatawag, yun yung difference nila. So, when we say again, foreign literature, ito po yung mga author na hindi taga sa atin. Kumbaga, taga ibang lugar sila na nagkakandak din ng study na related naman dun sa study natin. And then, kapag local, of course, dito siya. Kumbaga, madedetermine nyo if that study is a foreign or a local. First, of course, is the name of the author, 'di ba? So minsan pagka familiar tayo sa mga surname, so iniisip natin is local siya. So of course, we have to look for the references of that study na makukuha natin. We have to read alamin yung background, so pwede natin silang masama sa ating study. Ayan, so this is according to Calderon and Gonzalez, 1993, explained that the goals of a literature review are: letter A is information seeking. It is the ability to understand the literature efficiently using manual or computerized methods. So, ang pagre-review ng isang literature or ang pagkuha or paggamit ng kanilang pinag-aralan is to get the information din dun sa study natin. Okay? Letter B, critical appraisal. It is the ability to apply principles of analysis to identify unbiased and valid studies. So, minimeasure natin dito kung ano yung, kung may kinalaman ba siya. So, we have to read from the beginning up to the end. We have to read everything. Kasi po, baka mamaya, kuha lang kayo ng kuha, hinihiram nyo lang yung study nila, but then, there is no related dun sa study na pinag-aaralan natin. Okay, so tatandaan nyo yan. So, related studies is about reviewing or studying existing works carried out in your project or your research field. So, in conducting a research paper, including literature review is very necessary because it identifies gaps in the research area. Okay. So also it carries on from what others have already completed and fathoms the depth of knowledge of your subject area. So RRL should be paraphrased effectively to save space and keep your study more focused and to avoid plagiarism and provide your own authorial voice in your paper. So in RRL, you don't need to copy everything and paste it in your paper. No, you don't have to do it kasi plagiarism ang tawag doon. Ibig sabihin, plagiarism, pangongopya, ginagamit mo yung paper ng iba, which is wrong. Kasi hindi siya ina-accept, hindi siya tinatanggap dapat ito yung sinasabi na i-paraphrase natin. Okay? So, of course, you have to read first and then try to understand and then comprehend your what you are understanding, and then you have to write it in another own, kumbaga in your own perception. So, ipaparaphrase, may mga iibahin din tayo, but you don't need to erase the name of the authors kasi sa kanila pa rin naman yon. Okay? And then you will get the background of the author or the publish then the year, anong taon siya, kasi you have to write it in your bibliography or your references. Okay? Then, here's the example of a paragraph that can be used as a literature review for a research paper. Ayan. So, the example is Girox 1989. So, hindi lang kayo basta kukuha. So, meron tayong sinusunod na 10 years. So, since today is 2021, so, ang pwede ninyong makuha na study is 2011 up to now. Pwede namang 2005, 5 years, yung pwede nyo maibigay. So, since today is 2021, so, anong year pwede? So, it should be 2015 or 2016. Ayan. So, para 5 years pa din siya. Okay. So, we have the APA format. Ayan. Ano po yung APA format? First is the reference citations in text. Referencing allows you to acknowledge the contribution of other writers and researchers in your work. So, referencing is also a way to give credit to the writers from whom you have borrowed words and ideas. So, reference citation in the text comprises authors' surnames and the publication date of the source within the body of the essay or report. It is inserted directly after the information being sourced from the scientific literature. So, ito ay isa lamang sa mga APA format. So, ito, naka-indicate dito that, of course, you have to get the name of the author. Of course, the surname ay nang mahalaga. And then, yung publication, anong taon, saan siya ginawa, saan siya pinublish, and then, ano yung body of the essay. So, you have to report it also, okay? What else? Ayan. So, for the example, in text citation, we have the beginning of the sentence. So, write the author's last name and the year of the publication first, and close the year of the publication with parentheses. So, for example, here, authors. One author. So, for example, De Pedro, and then the year. What is the year? It's 2018, conducted a study on, kung ano man yung study na yon. So, the second author, kung dalawa yung author, ganito naman ang magiging example. So, De Pedro and Diaz, so two authors na sila, and then you have to put what is the okay, so if the author if the author of that particular study is two, so here's the example. So, De Pedro and Diaz, 2017. Ayan. Okay. So, pasensya na. So, how about 43 authors? So, we have De Pedro, Diaz, and Jordan. So, you have to put comma after the first author and then the next, and then the word and. Kasi tatlo na sila. 2018, discussed about. So, kung ano man yan. And then, if the author is about four more or higit pa sa apat, so you have to put the first author, which is De Pedro et al. So, It means hindi lang tatlo ang authors. So, then the year, publish, and then emphasize that. So, emphasize that the study is ganito, ganyan, ganyan. So, ganun siya. Ganun ang example na dapat i-paraphrase ninyo dun sa magiging chapter 2 ninyo. Okay? Letter B. After the sentence or paragraph, write and enclose with parentheses both the author's last name and the year of publication. Use an ampersand instead of the word "and" inside the parentheses. So, for example, one author. So, ito naman ay yung after the sentence na or yung paragraph. Yung kanina mga anak is beginning. Nagsisimula sila. So, start ito. For example, de Pedro. So, start sila in the beginning of the sentences or the paragraph. So, kapag naman ang study is natatapos natapos muna yung paragraph, and then, ito naman ang mangyayari dyan. So, you have to put open and close parentheses, and then de Pedro, 2018. So, ganun lang din. Pag one author, ganon. Pag two authors, ganito. And then three authors, and then multiple authors. Okay, naintindihan ba? Napakadali, di ba? So, dyan ko malalaman if your study or if your related literature is paraphrase. Kumbaga kung na-paraphrase nyo ba siya. So, if not, ibig sabihin, hindi nyo pinag-aralan or hindi nyo hindi nyo ako napakinggan. Ayan. So, we have different reference list. So, this is for the bibliography of your research study. So, letter A, we have the books. So, references to an entire book must include the following elements. First is the author or the authors or editors, date of publication, title of the study, place of publication, and the name of the publisher. So, for example, walang author, no author or editor in print. So, you have to use, if your study is from the Merriam-Webster's, of course, you have to give the name, of course, Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary. So, what year, and then what is the title. So, if one author, ayan, lahat na ibinibigay sa inyo. Kung isa lang ang author, so, this may be the way of conducting the reference list. Okay? So, ayan ang example. And then, if two authors, ganito dapat. And then, edited book. So, don't forget to put the name of the authors or the editors. And then, what year? Saan siya pinublish? Dito ba sa Pilipinas or in other country? And then, what is the title ng libro na yon? If available, anong page naman yung pinagkuhanan ninyo? Of course, you have to complete everything. That's why your study will become valid and reliable sources for the study, for the future researcher. Okay? Did you get it? So, yun po ay for the books. How about internet sources? Ayan, ito yung madalas na napagkukuhanan ninyo sa panahon ngayon, in our crisis, yung ating pandemya. So, mga saradong mga libraries. So, internet sources is one of the in-demand sources for the research study. But before you copy and paste everything, you have to read if that study is valid and reliable sources for your study. So, ano naman ang kailangan for the internet sources? So, kapag walang author, of course, you have to get the name of the author pa din, pero kung wala, okay lang naman. The name of the author, date of publication, title, retrieved from URL of the article. So, you have to copy and paste the URL, yung link na tinatawag, para ibig sabihin, dun mo siya talaga kinuha. So, ganyan ang magiging sistema pagdating sa internet sources. Ganun din naman sa book. So, you have to very careful to get the references of your study. Ayan. So, napakabilis lang. Actually, hindi lang basta books and internet sources yung ating nagiging sources for our study. Kasi, meron pa tayong tinatawag na pwedeng sa magazine, yung article na tinatawag, and then, yung mga unpublished thesis na pwede nating makuhanan din ng information natin, information and data for our research. So, maraming sources para makakuha tayo ng different sources for our study. Kasi it gives additional information, it gives additional learning for our study. So, kung ano man yung pag-aaralan natin, or kung ano man yung inyong gustong pag-aralan for your study at gusto ninyong malaman what is the remedy or the solution, kung meron man kayong mga tanong sa isipan nyo na gusto nyong masagot, diba? So, pwede yan sa ating research study. Kasi, kayo naman ang gagawa nito. Of course, sabi ko nga, pinakamainam if your title or your topic is interested sa sarili mo, na-experience mo, gusto mong malaman, or na-experience ng kakilala mo, or within your family, pwede yan. Okay? So, napakahalaga ng RRL sa study natin kasi pinag-aaralan natin ulit yung mga related before na pinag-aralan, tapos ano yung differences na nila between before and the present. So, and then the future, gusto nating alamin what will happen. So, ganun lang siya. So, napakalaking tulong ng RRL sa pag-i-study natin sa ating research. Okay? Did you get it? Did you understand everything? And if you have any concerns or concerns, you just need to personal message lang kayo sa akin. So, that's all. So, thank you and God bless you.